Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, if on the 30 minute, if this candle does it, that'll be great. If this one right here does it. And this is what it's going to look like. If it closes above and we get our entry at the top of that, that's what this will look like. It's going to be a pretty fat stop, more than I'm used to. 26, basically 27 points. That's a lot. That's a lot for a stop loss. So when it's such a big stop loss like this, that's why you would want to go like 1 micro at least. 1 micro, and you don't have to do a micro. It's more so like what you're willing to risk is why. That's why. Or you could also, but this is only if it sets up. I'm just kind of getting ahead of myself here. If it sets up, you can also do the 50% of the order block. But then again, you're running the risk of getting wicked out like I just showed you. Like I just showed you guys. So this is almost like a 10 point, above 10 points, 12, like 13 points at the 50%, right? So yeah, if I were looking at managing my risk, I would be down here, but I was my size small. But if I want to go heavier on my position, then my max stop loss would be at the bottom of that 50%. But that comes with risk of getting wicked out. But since it's not officially a setup, this does not need to be on the chart here. Or even on the 15 minute, you can see that it's here too. Or even right here. And if we get the entry here, that's going to be at the low, same thing. But it's pushing though. Sheesh. Okay, like this is like, okay, compared to gold though, this is looking a lot cleaner. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm looking at NQ, MNQ. Okay, look. Let's try this out while we wait. Let's try this out. Daily fair value gap, that's where price tapped, and now it's retracing. Okay. Ooh. But the 4-hour just inversed. It's closing in 13 minutes unless it recovers all the way up at least right there. 72 points in 14 minutes. The 4 hours was making me nervous about this, but I can't deny, I cannot ignore that it's setting up here on the 15 minute the way I like it to. Okay. Because this could still push up. It can push up. For all we know, this right now, it closes in under 12 minutes. It can push up all the way up here. But if it doesn't close, that means nothing. It has to close up here. And if I were to get my entry at that blue line, my stop loss would be 50 points. So that would be just under that hourly support. So we got to see, man. The 5 minute is showing weakness in that bearish fair value gap. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna need. That's what I'm gonna need to see. Okay, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Let's see how this closes. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's it. Now we wait. Now we wait. I got my NQ has my attention here. So now we got to wait. Now this is where we are going to practice some patience here. So if we don't see a closure, there's no trade. But for right now, this has all my attention here. All my attention. And this setup here, again, it's the same thing we saw. The same thing we saw is what I'm going for here. And when you learn to set up, you just look for it over and over and over. It's right here. That's what I want it to look like. You can literally see that the similarities. So that's what I'm looking for. No closure, no setup, no trade. Yo, what up, man? No, you're good. You're good. Something. Me and CFigs are here, are waiting for this setup. It looked good. Look at this. Man, I'm telling you, man, closures are everything. It looks so good until it doesn't. It looks so good until it just doesn't in a second. But if not this one and the next one it does happen, then we'll see. But we still got 5 minutes on the candle, so let's see. Anything can happen in 5 minutes. That's why they call me the Minute Man. Minuteman ice bag. Uh, Athletic. We're looking at the 30. I was just reviewing Fridays. I was reviewing Friday's trade, just because this is a perfect example of, like, in the overnight session, yeah, it's slow as hell, but there is volatility. I mean, if you look at gold, just look at how much gold moved at market open, and now it's starting to retrace. I think we still go up. I mean, there's no doubt we're at an uptrend. Look at this, dude. We broke all-time highs. So if for all we know, we can come back down, give this another retest, all-time high retest, and then move up higher. But I'm just kind of saying this to show that there is volatility and there is opportunity. So, like, look at this. The reason why I was bringing up Friday's trade is because, look, this is the setup we took. You took this too. And like I was mentioning, I know you just got in here, so I'm just going to go over it real quick again. We got the entry, and I mentioned, I already said, damn, dude, I'm getting these things wrong. I got the entry, and I said that if what we really want to see is the 50% of this order block to be respected. And that's just because it's just giving it room to breathe, So this is just to show that there is opportunity now in the overnight session. You could wake up with a banger ass trade. So think about it. I mean, now in hindsight, I should have, could have, would have went heavy or my full position. That would have been 1 mini, because you can literally see that it respected that 50% perfectly. We got the entry right there. Look, matter of fact, I think I can play let me go on my paper account. Let's see. Let's actually, matter of fact, let's see. Trade. I'm gonna log into my paper account. Let's see what that would look like. Yeah, man. What am I doing here? I think I can. So let's say we took the 1 mini. Stop loss is 50 points. That's $1,000. We hit full TP. And that's already $1,000. I'm gonna take this off because another example here. There's another point to this here. I'm gonna take that off because we went even higher. But damn, look at that. You would have woken up with 40, almost $5,000. You would have woken up, rubbed the crust off your eyes. You saw you would have saw you're up $5,000 on the day. And yeah, man. So the reason why I took off the stop loss is because, look, if we kept it, we would have got stopped out. But my point here is with that is, like, if you want to give your trades so much room to breathe, size down. Size down so you can go to bed. You don't have to worry about losing a whole lot. Because if your stop loss was way down here, just to be safe from that, you would have risked 2,000. I mean, you can, but you just got to understand your risk there. But look, it would have paid off. You would have been almost $6,000. And today, we're going all the way back down. But yeah, if you want the more wide of a stop, size down, because you don't want to risk too much, And plus, if you go heavy and you're trying to go to sleep, you probably won't even be able to sleep, knowing that you're in a big ass position. Anyway, that's the point there. But okay, NQ is just not doing it. Look, that's why we want candle closures. NQ is just not doing it. I mean, we can still come back down. Look, there's a different scenario that we can do it. If this one closes here and then the next one closes, we can. Or right now, it might just come back down, sweep these lows, and then do it, and then set up again. But yeah, for right now, it's not ready. Gold. That's a really nice close. It's a really nice close here. Let me redo it because every time I go to split screen, they don't sync. So I have to redo it all, or there's all this extra stuff. But look, we might actually get a gold trade here. 1 hour fair value gap. Swept it, closed bullish. That's a really strong body right there. The 5 minute, you can see I brought this up. This was like the last one, the last instance I brought up. 2 opposing candles, closed above, left behind a fair value gap where it's tapped into, and then now it's supporting. If I were to get in on this, my stop loss would be below here, or at least a low. And that's just giving it room to breathe. Because it could still come back down. Maybe not to sweep these, but close to it. And I don't want to be taken out if I do. But for right now, that's not. I'm just jumping ahead. So let's see if anything else that's up here. There's the 60, the hour. At this point here, I could see it come back down to this fair value gap it left behind. And then from there, I can see what it does to possibly get a entry. And that'll be even better than up here. That'll be an even better entry than up here. Because if I enter here, we still run the chance of it coming back down to retest this. And if I took my entry here, then, that's 15-point stop loss at the low. But if I get it here, it's going to be just a little bit less. And I could probably do it like 10. I'll probably do like 10. And 5 micros, 10 points, that's $500. So on both NQ and gold, we are just waiting. Just waiting. Patience, patience. But yeah, Athletic dude, if you just risk, you said you got out for like $300. Your stop loss was $300. If you risked $200 more, you would have been okay. Because that's 50 points with 5 micros. But it happens though. But see, this is the thing though. Like, this is exactly how you learn, and exactly how you kind of understand that when you learn a setup and you can find it and you take it, the probabilities according to like how many times you've taken it, you'll be like, okay, it's not 100%, nothing is, but I've seen this setup before and it works. Like this setup that I'm talking about, I'm so much better at it going long than I am going short with it. So my win rate is so much higher when I long in that setup versus shorting with that setup, but just, reversed. And I know that, so I'm willing to take my chances when I see it. Top of the hour, 7. It just turned 7 o'clock for me here. Top of the hour. If we were to take this though, because we're all at all-time highs, there's nothing to the left to target. There's nothing there. We're at all-time highs. Right? So full TP, if you want to, could be here. The session highs. Anything after that, I don't know, because we don't know yet, you know? For all we know, it could sweep it and then really reject. But, you know, just because we're at all-time highs does not mean short it. Unless you're scalping. But me, that's not what I do. I'd like to see a whole trade play out. Yeah, man. I mean, you could. I mean, you could, but that's how you learn, man. I mean, the first time you touch a hot stove, I mean, are you going to do it again? But in reality, anything could happen, dude. I mean, this is just analysis of what I've seen, but you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Dude, that's crazy, dude. We went to all-time highs on gold as soon as the market opened. Yeah, I mostly do NQ and gold. Gold definitely is the better mover during these hours, like the overnight for COMEX open. Globex, I mean. But sometimes, like again, there's days where it does move like this for NQ. We just went straight down. Because look, the overnight session again, it comes back down to I'm referring back to Thursday night's trade that we got into, but I got out and it just ended up playing. You know, if it's gonna go up, it has to leave a wick behind. Right? At some point, it left that wick. You can't even see it, but it left this wick, and then it flipped green. So the overnight session, it could just be leaving the wick behind. London, reversal. New York, continuation. Yeah, all-time high is pretty scary, iffy. But silver, athletic silver, bro. Oh, you can literally. It's awesome, but I only played it a couple times, but it's just one micro, dude. When I first tried it, dude, I went in when I first traded it. I typed in micro silver. I went in 8 contracts. 8 contracts, dude. I saw a big ass number. I was like, holy shit. Am I in micros? I got out. I was instantly down like $1,200. I was like, holy shit, bro. And so I took a second to recollect it. I took the same trade, but with 3, and I made my money back. But I was like, wow. And not that it moves that fast, but the tick size is so much bigger. Yeah, dude, silver will do it to you if you're not careful. As fast as you can make so much more money, the faster you can blow it too. I mean, I'm seeing people like make 50K off of it, but it's like, I mean, you got to be on point, or you at least got to have a nice buffer on your account. But if you're starting with the, if you're starting a fresh account, a 50K, yeah, you better be sure on that one trade. You might as well just risk the whole account if you're gonna trade it, and and you better be, you better be confident on that trade. Yeah, SPX. I messed around with SPX too. I mean, I remember one time I I did grow an account to 2,000, and then I just kept sizing up with SPX. But what really got me was Theta, dude. Theta, man, I have personal beef with it. I just can't. But I do plan on coming back to it, dude. I want to make a comeback on options. Theta is time decay. So like, um, okay, so let's just say again, the trade from Friday. If the trade from Friday right here, look at how much it consolidated, dude. If Theta was in futures, my shit would have been so much more less if it finally hit TP. So like when you're dealing with Theta, you want to enter it and then you want to see a nice move pretty much right away. It depends on what contract you got buy. I know I am well, you know, familiar with like, which ones to buy and things like that. I was just never good at it, like as far as, where to buy, when to buy in. But futures has definitely helped me out a lot because now if I see this, my chances are better because if I see this, we're at an hourly support, and then if I choose to buy in, at least I know I'm at a support, and my chances are better. But ever since I found success here in futures, I just stayed here. This is where I set up shop. Yeah, honestly, that's why it's like uh you're all you have to worry about is that your entry is on point. Because I've sent so many examples where I get stopped out and then the trade goes in my favor. So precision is what you got to worry about when you trade futures. Sometimes I'll even I tell you guys, I mean, you guys have seen me, sometimes I get stopped out once or twice, but then on the third time, because I believe that it's gonna do what I freaking know it's gonna do, it finally does. I mean, it would have been perfect if I never got stopped out twice, but like again, it's always cheaper to get stopped out than to, extend your stop loss. Because then now you're just risking more. What if it does dip down? Now you're risking a whole chunk of your account. Like, no, it's just put your ego aside, exit, or let the stop loss hit, and then re-enter, and then you can hit the trade. I mean, look, even if we got into this one, this would just be a dead fish in water. Because now it's just flat. It just fell flat. Gold, though. This is definitely looking very cup and handy. Okay, look. Check this out. I'm going to look to long gold. If we get a close above that. If we get it close, because right now it's respecting its resistance there. And TP again would be the session highs. 500 bucks. Okay, look, check this out. Look, 20 points from entry here. If we get it, that's 20 points. So 5 micros with a 10-point stop. 10-point stop. That means you're risking $500 to win 20 points. Session highs. That's $1,000. That's $1,000 right there. And that's if only if you know, if your TP is that session high. But what if it decides to keep going? But we need to see a candle closure. Again, candle closure is literally everything. Yeah, 12 more minutes. Again, we could literally see anything with gold, man. I'm telling you, it's, you know, it'll pump up and then not even close. It'll close down below. Literally anything can happen here. Okay, let's get back to this. And then stop loss will be below this fair value gap. And that's really good. That sounds really good to me. Because, again, we're only risking 10 points. That's the max I'm willing to risk on a trade for gold. I don't want to extend it down here because that's $1,000 just to see if we can get this right. So if we get stopped out, then I'll see if it wants to sweep this and then go up. But for right now, this 15-minute candle is swept the low right here. Flip green, closed well above up here. And then now it's supporting. So now if we get the candle close, the following 15-minute candle, I want it to wick down because then it's going to give this, it's going to give that resistance a retest. And then when it taps into it and then it flips green, we are going to catch the entry on the flip of the green. 10-point stop to win 20 points. $1,000. Does that make sense? So now that we got a trade idea here, all we need to do is wait for this shit to close in under 10 minutes. And this looks so much cleaner than NQ right now. That's why I'm happy with it. And you can see here that, you know, another possible order block, but I'm not happy with this one just because we want to see the order block from where we saw here first to be done for me to think we're going to at least move up higher. But for right now, this is just not valid because we're still within a range. We're in a range between this high and then here. So for as far as NQ, if you're looking at NQ sometime later, then you at least want to see one of these to be engaged. So it can wick down, sweep it, and then come back into the range and then make its way back up. Or if it's going to continue down, it'll go up here, sweep it, come back down. So understanding where in ranges can save you a lot. But for right now, the one that's like, ooh, this looks so juicy is gold. And that's all we can do. The TA is there. Now we need a closure. After that, if we enter the trade, then that's all we can do. Let the market do its thing. $1,000 on a Sunday night would be nice. And also too, finding yourself trading like during these hours, you can build like a buffer for New York. Okay. Okay. Down to 5 minutes. Okay. Look at this. Okay. Are we going to close here? And then if you're on Top Step X, when it wicks down, price is going to be below here. And let's just use this as an example. I'm going to go above price and go to stop buy. and I'm going to select a 5. So that's how I'm going to place the order in case you're not aware of how to do that. I just hope it doesn't leave us like it did the other day. On the 500 tick chart, it's looking very cup and handy. Okay, I'm feeling really good. You know, when this comes together, I feel super good. Okay, never mind. I take that back. God damn, man. Come on, man. You were so good. Okay, look. Okay, come on, man. The candle closure is all we need, man. But anyways, I was saying, yeah, when things like this start to line up, that's what makes me feel good about taking the trade. Okay, while we wait for this to close, when we start moving, the more it goes into our favor, you can look to go break even at this high, right? So it goes up, sweeps it, then you can move your stop loss to break even, and then at that point you're risk free. Or you could just, if our stop loss is below this fair value gap, you can move it to the top of that fair value gap. If you just want to give it some room, you're not going to be break even, but at least you're minimizing how much you're going to lose. You are de-risking if you go to the top of that. But let's see how this closes. If we don't get the close that we want, I'm going to give it another 15 minutes and then I'll switch over to NQ. Maybe that sets up there too. But right now, I want this to play out. I want this one here to play out. And this is also a great spot to go break even because we have this fair value gap here. We have that fair value gap here to the left. So for all we know too, it can dip into this and then start to reject more. So at least at this point, by the time it does, we're risk free. And if it does decide to stop us out, then we're saving ourselves there. Okay, 50 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds. This is looking really good. It's looking really good. Okay, 10 seconds. Again, I wanted to see a wick down, give this a retest. Give that a retest. Okay, wick down though. Okay. Stop by at 45.93.6. Stop by. I'm typing this out. Okay, and this is what we want to see. The wick is like retesting this, and if it flips up, breaks its current high, we're in on the momentum. And this is super important, look, for me to point out as it's happening, because if we jumped the gun, got the entry, then we'd be dealing with this right now. We'd be in the red. At least by the time it flips green, this is already happening. Now we're riding it up. It can still do this once we're in, but this is how I see about entering. Yeah, this is exactly what we did not want to be in. The see, perfect example of like this is why we wait for that to flip. We did not want to be in this, and then this happened. So that's why we wanted that to wick down and then wick us back in. If it's invalid, if right now, I guess you can say it's invalid now, just because it's it's more than what I would like to. But I feel like we could find the momentum to come back up. But I don't know if that's like. I just feel like we are. I just feel like we are going to go back to session highs. But if it does right now, just end up going right here to like the imbalance, then I'm canceling it, and then we'll see about another re-entry. Or if it gets down to like 7 minutes to 5 minutes left on the 15-minute candle. But this looks like there's just absolutely no chance of coming back up. But it can, though. That's the thing about gold. Because if you can see right here, look, on the tick chart right here on the right side, if you look at what this is right now, 2 red candles, and this one that's open, it did that right here. 2 red candles, and then that's when it decided to move up. That caught our attention. Or who knows, we might even get our entry here at the 15-minute imbalance. But it has to set up, though. That's just... Yeah, it's just looking heavy. I'm canceling it. Look at this big old red body now. And I'll tell you a different possibility here. So for this one here, now we're gonna wait. I mean, that's way too overextended to the downside. I would have liked to see that on the way up with us, but that's way too far down. It broke the previous 1 minute. Sorry, dude, I'm getting it wrong. Holy crap! The last 15-minute candle, it broke that low. It could still engulf, but now I would rather be safe and more certain if this 15-minute candle, after all this, it closes above this zone, this resistance. If it can do that, we can get another entry. Same idea, wick down and then flip. But for right now, again, if we just jumped the gun, because again, it was looking so good. I mean, you guys are seeing this here with me. It was looking so good. And then look, we would have went, this would have went straight to stop loss. But yeah, so if not now, then let's see what this 15-minute does. I would want it to see it close above. But it's not looking promising at all. Yeah, man, this is a perfect example here. Let's look at NQ. Flat. This thing is just dead. I'm gonna let this 30-minute candle close, and if there's nothing, then I'm gonna hop off for the night. But even if we don't see anything now, I think we might see something till like London. Because again, what I'm thinking is that we're both retracing on NQ, so there could be a London reversal, New York continuation. Yo, what up on the YouTube chat? What up, Mr. Long? Trading. I've been trading tonight. Are you talking about tonight? Tonight I've been trading like I've been on the charts for about an hour and 30, an hour and 26. Where am I from? I'm from the moon.